Hayden Panettiere's life was extraordinary. However, hers is also a story which we should all take notice. So, what can we learn from her life that's been tragically cut short? Hey up everyone, I'm Stef from Market Maker MGMT, and today we're talking about something heavy that's been all over the news the past couple of days, the untimely passing of Hayden Panettiere. Now, before we continue, I do need to give you guys a little bit of a content warning here. We are going to be discussing public mental health crisis. Viewer discretion is advised. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. Also, let me be clear on something else. We're not here to gossip or judge today. We're looking at the patterns that she has described herself and the hard-won lessons those patterns hold for anyone at all, whether you're a YouTuber or you work in a bank or in a gym, anywhere, right? Because the same pressures that hit Hollywood stars can hit us as well. Be it constant visibility, audience or customer expectations, the fear of slowing down, the quiet slide into self-medication, or even burnout. So let's break down the lessons we can learn from Hayden's life. So, number one, prioritize the root problem. So Hayden has said that people around her focused more on the drinking than the postpartum depression underneath it. And so for you and I, burnout, anxiety, depression can be masked by the hustle, by climbing the career ladder, or even by substances. This can include caffeine overload, sleep deprivation, or actual self-medication. Treating the symptom while ignoring the cause only digs the hole deeper. Get real help early. Therapy, medical care, and the rest, they are not optional extras. They should be part of the infrastructure in your life. Next up, build a team that protects you, not just one that just wants to make money off of you. As Hayden had described, being given performance-enhancing pills as a teenager and later losing a brand deal for seeking that treatment shows how dangerous it is when the people closest to your career care more about the image than the human being. Now, we often, rely on maybe our managers or the people we work with or even friends, right? Who benefit from us staying on. Vet for people who will tell you to stop when you need to stop. Avoid those who are benefiting from you for staying on. For the money, 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 money. Now, going on to the next one, number 3. People pleasing and associating pain with worth. That's a trap. Now, just as a little side note, I've fallen into that trap. And I am actually in the process of A, realizing that it's a trap, and B, getting out of that. Hayden herself reflected that early praise for dramatic suffering wired her to seek or tolerate pain because it brought a connection. Now, you and I, we might do a less extreme, milder version, right? So we post through exhaustion on social media, or we might overshare trauma for engagement, or stay in toxic collaborations because the audience or the algorithm rewards it. This is the thing. Your measure is not, your value, should I say, when I can get my teeth back in, is not measured by how much you can endure. whether that be publicly or privately. And when we feel pain, what do we have to do? Recover from it. Protect that kind of recovery the way that you would protect the most valuable thing in your life. Hayden lost major professional opportunities when she stepped away to get well. Someone like myself, maybe you watching at home right now, whatever career you are in, you might face the same fear. Maybe not on the same levels, but that fear could still be there. For us content creators, the algorithm will punish a break. The audience will move on. The counter lesson here is that a forced incomplete recovery usually costs more later. And so sustainable careers, whatever career you may have, whether that's online, privately, wherever, right, require protected recovery time. Don't rush the recovery because you feel that you are pressured to go back to work. Because the longer it takes to recover, the longer you might suffer work-wise. Because if you cut your recovery time sooner, earlier than is required, it's going to cost you more later down the line. And if you are someone that has followed me for a while here on YouTube, whether that be on my channel, Stef the Alter Nerd, or on my second channel, Political Nerds, you'll know that for me, honesty is the best policy, right? I don't like to sugarcoat things. I like to go straight down the middle, tell you exactly as it is. A spade is a spade. And speaking of honesty, honesty can help others, but only after you are stable enough to handle it. Because Hayden's memoir and interviews were attempts, it seems, for her to reclaim the narrative and reduce stigma. Many of you guys, and myself as well, do find an element of purpose in vulnerability. The caution here, though, is timing and support. If you're sharing while still in the middle of an active crisis, that could actually be counterproductive. You could be harming yourself more than healing. So make sure you get solid first. Then decide what, if anything, you want to put out there into the world. And then going on to number 6, career peaks do not equal personal safety. Because being on top of the world and then watching it unravel is a pattern that Hayden described. For you and I, well, for me, for example, it could be a viral video, a big brand deal, or a growing channel. If you're not on YouTube, it could be a promotion. It could be a pay increase. It could be your boss giving you more opportunities. But this is the thing. Career peaks, career milestones does not automatically protect your mental health or your relationships. So build the internal and external supports before you need them. Don't try and build them when it's too late. Now, this is the thing. With Hayden Panettiere's story, This is not a cautionary tale meant to scare us all away from ambition. Her life, her story, is a reminder that the same drive that builds a career can also erode the person living it if mental health, boundaries, and genuine support are treated as secondary rather than first, rather than the most important thing, rather than primary. Hayden spent years trying to get honest about what happened and to help others feel less alone by being so public with her struggles. And that openness itself is something that definitely I, and many of you watching right now, can respect. And if any of this resonates, if you're pushing through exhaustion, self-medicating, or surrounding yourself with people who only care about the output, who only care about the money, the success, you got to hit the pause button on all of that. Get real help and build a life that can survive both the highs and the inevitable lows as well. Because believe me, the work will still be there when you are healthier. I have personal experience of that. You only get one nervous system, one set of closest relationships, one life. And so if you found this video useful, maybe if you feel it's appropriate, share it with someone else who might need the reminder. And if you're struggling right now, please reach out to professionals, a doctor, or a person you trust. Because when it comes to the rat race, the career mill, you are allowed to step off the treadmill from time to time. And with that being said, thank you for watching. And until the next time, please take care of yourselves.